At first it was really just for myself. I really had no connections to the film industry. So I wrote my first screenplay, the first one that I really finished and was happy with, and it was just this horror one named The Devil's Hammer. Just I did a broad search, and I found that website called Script Shadow. I submitted it there. It's really how it all started. A month and a half later, it was on their like Friday night showdown or whatever you call it. I'm not 100% sure. And then I got to see all these comments of people reading it, and some it just like any industry. Some are really harsh, and some are really inspiring and helpful. And they picked it apart, but it won that week. And then when it got reviewed by Carson on that Saturday, he gave it a worth to read, that sort of thing. I thought to myself, wow, maybe I can do this. It's a dream. That's what screenwriting is. It's a dream. And you don't realize how much hard work it is until you really get into it. And then I got an assignment off The Devil's Hammer, a small assignment for Contracted Phase 2, which was a sequel to a body horror movie that I really liked.
So let's dig into some of these writing assignments and some of these scripts that you've sold. Let's start with Contracted Phase 2. So you just mentioned that you got that writing assignment. Maybe you can talk about the ins and outs. How did that writing assignment come to you?
Sure. That was after The Devil's Hammer. And The Devil's Hammer, again, was a pretty brutal body horror type of horror. Mm-hmm. Contracted Phase 2, Contracted, the first one, right, same vein. So JD Lifshitz from Boulder Light read The Devil's Hammer and loved it. Read my follow-up screenplay called The Eternal Lies, and he loved that one. And they had an opening for Contracted Phase 2, and they had a very short time frame, about 3 weeks, to write the whole screenplay. And so they offered me the assignment, and I was very happy to do it. I actually loved the first Contracted, and I just went at it, and it was definitely a learning lesson. Like you're in such a time crunch, 3 weeks, trying to please all the producers you're working with, the director you're working with, and get it done in such a short time frame with turnarounds and notes and stuff like that. But all in all, I'm really happy with how the film turned out. Minus the ending. The ending we never really agreed on, and they kind of winged it. I hate to say it. Like kind of did what they were envisioning themselves. But yeah, all in all, it was a great experience.
How did you get the script? How did The Devil's Hammer? How did that script even get in the hands of that producer?
That one was from Script Shadow.
Okay. So he saw it on Script Shadow.
He saw it on Script Shadow.
Okay.
I should mention though, The Devil's Hammer. I actually used your service with The Devil's Hammer, and sent because again, with searching the internet, what do I do? Mm-hmm. I found your service online and the Blast service, and you did it for me, and I did get a ton of interest from the Blast actually, and I had a couple of producers willing to option it for $1, that sort of thing, mm-hmm. and so. Just I made some good contacts that I keep in touch with this day. Okay. So that was very helpful in the beginning. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all. That's good to hear that you had good results.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Selling Your Screenplay podcast. If you'd like to hear the full interview, just go to sellingyourscreenplay.com/podcasts, or to go directly to the episode, just use the link in the show notes. Thanks for watching.